is this update.
Timmy G's golfing update from Royal Regency Golf Club.
Here we
I'll
go.
never lose or miss this because you'll always remind me of this. So I know when you put the jingle in, there's good news.
Well, there is some good news,
Okay.
put it that way. So went out today to Royal Regency and thought it might get rained out after yesterday. That was wicked, but it was actually not too bad. And you could really take some divots because it's quite soft and all the rest of it. Replace your divots, please. But I got to say, I was getting defeated all game.
Okay.
And I get to the last par 3, which is the 8th, and my mate hits it up and he's just on the edge of
The green.
I've had a stinker, and it's sort of uglied itself up to, a good probably 30 metres off the green. So pathetic, really.
Yeah.
On a par
They
3.
call that in golf, don't they? A Kathy Freeman?
No, they don't. Anyway, so I get hold of my wedge, and I think I got to get this close because I got to keep some pressure on him, So anyway, I get back and I do everything I've been told. Boom, hit it. Watch it. Goes up in the air, bounces, hits the pin, and drops in.
Oh,
it's a miracle.
So what do you call that?
That's a birdie, my friend.
Oh, I thought it was a fluke.
Tweet's a I think commonly known as a fluke. Oh, mate, my mate just turned around at the right time and he's seen it, which I don't think he wanted to, but he's seen it drop in and I was just over
that
the
is
moon.
funny.
Still got beaten, so.
But that's the thing about golf.
Yes.
Golf's one of those games. You only need one shot like that.
And that
brings you
is
back.
correct, and it's going to do it next week. Don't worry about that. The Adelaide Crows, they have a big game, and I was talking to you off air. You didn't quite realise this, but the top 9, last week we had the top 9 play the bottom 9. Well, this week we have 8 of the top 9 playing each other. So it'll sort out who's who, and also you get a bit of breathing space and a bit of separation.
This is a big round.
And you guys are in that boat with playing the Bulldogs. So we spoke about, obviously, the loss of Josh Rochelle, and Campo, I asked him, how do we replace him?
My thinking at the moment would be they'd probably go, let's play Isaac a little bit more forward and see what that looks like, because I think they've got the opportunity and some time to do that. And with Josh, it looks like it's going to be a period of time, and maybe let's have a look at another midfielder that might come in.
Your thoughts?
Well, I like the idea of Isaac Rankin more forward, and I've been saying that for about 5 or 6 weeks in call. I think he's getting belted up a bit through the midfield. He has so much
they'd be
class.
after him too, of course.
and they really attack him. It's hard to attack him when he's got his back towards goal and there's just you and him. And he kicked 5, he was superb, so that was great. So, yeah, I'd like to play him more forward. Josh Rochelle would have 2 or 3 or 4 minutes on ball a quarter before he had his rest. So I maybe do the same thing. He still goes on ball, but not as much.
Yeah.
I'd like to see Luke Pedler back in. I'm hearing Brodie Smith has been dropped. I don't think that's true. I know Miller is coming back, but they could not possibly drop Brodie Smith.
Well, but I think it's pretty solid, isn't it?
Is it?
Well, it's pretty solid news.
Is it?
Well, we'll see what happens. Oh,
you're going to play breaking it over somewhere?
Yeah,
You're looking at each other.
No, I'm just
Jeez, okay.
No, I'm not saying.
Well, we haven't
This is usually when it's
confirmed about
confirmed.
this.
This is just
So do
Timmy.
you know something?
No.
Tim.
I'm just going by the rumour mill that was outside prior to coming on the show.
Well, I wouldn't have done that. I would have
Hope
made
not.
B. Smith the sub again. I think he's fantastic for that role. And he hasn't put a foot wrong actually on and in the 22. I'd bring Luke Pedler back in.
Would be surprised, I would have thought.
I'd be amazed if Murphy's still in the team. And then they've got to pick between Nan Curvis and Zach Taylor. But the team will drop before 6, so we'll see where that lands. But Wayne Miller in, Josh Rochelle out, and then a couple of others is what I'd do.
Okay, we'll see what they end up doing. We'll get that 5:50 tonight.
Yep, tonight.
We will.
Yep.
Thank you very much. Next, he was sort of asked about probably the Bulldogs' most talked about player at the moment, Sam Darcy. And he said, well, you know what we're going to do is we're going to stop it going inside 50.
Really hard to match up on. That's going to be probably one of the biggest challenges if we allow the game to go there. You know, there are some players like Sam's proving early in his career that he's very hard to stop one-on-one if the ball use is coming in a certain way, or the Bulldogs are able to get the game on their terms. It's only a matter of time before he impacts. So we'll be trying to stop it before it gets down there. That's easier said than done. But yeah, he's an outstanding player. He's good to watch.
So my imagination, I don't think you can stop anybody going inside 50, can you?
Well,
You're going to have
you
to stop
can't.
him at some stage.
Well, here's the stat, and here's where the game's going to be played. It's going to be in the 250-metre arcs, and whose defence is better than the others. Because since round 14, the Bulldogs have taken 18.3 marks inside 50 per game.
That's a lot.
That's a massive number. And they've won their inside 50 count by 16.5 per game. Ranked number one in both those stats.
Gee whiz.
The Crows, on the flip side, are best at not allowing their opposition to take a mark, and they're the best at, when it hits the ground, running it away. So there's your game.
It's on.
I said this statement to you guys in the sport room. Whoever wins this game, Bulldogs and the Crows, I think, can win the flag.
Will it mean they finish top four? Or are you saying that they can still do it from, say, fifth?
I truly think Bulldogs are the best team. I think they are the most capable. People say, well, they've only beaten one top 8 team. Well, so have the Crows. You can only beat who you can beat. I think Collingwood are a bit like Cheshire Cats at the moment. They think they're real good.
Ooh, got the
And I
milk
don't
around
think
the
they're
lips,
that good.
and the whiskers.
Yeah, I don't. They're Cheshire Cats. I don't reckon I've seen the hunger in Brisbane. Now, it might get different when it gets to the pointy end. They might turn it up, and if they do, they'll be great.
I
Same
saw it
with
for
Geelong.
15 minutes.
Yeah. Hawthorn,
last
well, that's what I mean. We've only seen glimpses of it. Hawthorn, I think, are too showman-like. I think they're the top 4, they're saying. The flag will come from
Geelong.
there. I had Geelong there. Geelong, Hawthorn, Collingwood and Brisbane. I think the flag will come from outside that 4.
Okay.
Remember I said that? What is it, July the 10th?
Oh, you said it 2 weeks ago as
I've
well.
been looking forward to this Crows game, first Bulldogs, for ages.
Were you getting it Saturday?
This is my lift the lid game.
Ooh.
I'm going to declare it before the game's on. This is it. We will know if they can win the flag or not.
That's different to the other lift the lid game.
All the other lift the lids were just pure emotion.
Different lids.
Timmy, good boy. This is the rule.
Love it. Port Adelaide had some good news. We'd heard the rumours and the like, and it's now official. Jason Burgoyne has signed for 4 years.
Yeah, it's probably been a long time coming at this point, but yeah, I'm obviously pretty excited to stay for another 4 years. So we've got a good group, and I think I'm pretty excited for what we have to offer for the next 4 years. So I'm looking forward to it.
Look, he's played every game since round 2 in 2024. A couple of years ago, and I'm going to ask him about this. We've got him on after 4:30. A couple of years ago, he sat down and said, hey, you got to have a good pre-season. You got to get fitter if you're going to play this level. And he went away and did exactly that. I'm interested now to go, okay, so what's your next pre-season goal? What's the next thing that you have to elevate? So definitely playing good football. 52 games I think he's played now, so you just start to feel your feet at the level, but he's played some excellent games in that time. So, yeah, it was a bit unfair. We heard Carl Veart from AFL.com sort of speak about, this is part of the Nasiah Wanganeen-Miller deal, and I don't think it is. He's done this on his own merits, but because they are good mates, he was asked about that.
He's undecided at the moment, obviously, and, he's going to do what's best for him and his family. So whether that become or Stat Saints, I back him in to make the best decision he can, and, but I'd love to have him here. I think all the boys would love to have him, and, we're extremely close. We're talking every day. Every time he's back in Adelaide, we're catching up, and, we're pretty much like brothers. Not only that, but I said to him, think about, we're going to have fun, it's like, you got me Horny here as well, and, he knows some of the other boys as well, and, like Josh. But, yeah, it's obviously a serious job, obviously AFL, but I said to him, just think about the fun we could have as well.
Yeah, so look, if that works out that way, well, fair enough. I did see a unique homestyle food text earlier just saying, listening to Jace's press conference today, Nasiah Wanganeen-Miller is a lock for Port. How much fun are we going to have if he's already got links here? Well, let's see if that one works out.
Well, just imagine another magnificent pre-season by Burgoyne and Nasiah Miller or Wanganeen on the other wing. I think if I was Josh Carr, I'd be saying to my football team, that's the signature I want. Now go get it. That's more important than any assistant they sack or get. We're hearing lots of names around the place. Football managers, if they can get him, that's massive for your club next year.
Yeah, I wonder what is inside Kari's brain as far as what he thinks they do need to add. So they would be putting that picture together
Well, I would
right
have
now,
thought talent
I'd imagine.
was one.
Well, absolutely. Elite
Ball use
talent.
off halfback.
Elite talent.
Yeah, inside 50 ball use. I think he ticks a fair few boxes.
He certainly does.
Will you name another player now that you'd rather get than him that's available? And I tried to do that in the sport room now, and there's none.
Yeah. I know
So
what you
it's
mean. That's
available.
gettable. That's gettable.
That's
you mean.
available
Yeah,
and that you
yeah.
can get. And now if I'm Josh Carr, I'm saying get him.
Yeah. He may have already said that.
Well, I'm sure he has.
Yeah, they're down that track, I think. Hey, the guy has been, what would you say, found that made the death threat to Vossi, and it was very unsavoury. He's received a 5-year ban from all AFL matches and a 5-year ban from MCG entry. We wonder about that penalty, whether it's big enough or not. But, Sam, you reckon, hot off the press, you might have the exact message that was sent.
Yeah, so the Herald Sun have just reported the exact wording of the threat that was made. So just to report, this is what was said by the man who's now been banned. In quote, "I'd like to report 23 missing persons and preemptively report the murder of Michael Voss," end quote. That was what was texted to the antisocial line at the MCG
what?
mid-game, Carlton-Collingwood last week.
So how many beers in was he?
Yeah.
And is that an excuse?
It's not an excuse, because I don't... My old
He was
theory...
12 in to send that. That's just idiotic.
When you either write something, which was the old days, put it under the pillow and have a look in the morning and go, do you want to do that or not? It's the same with social media now, or that is like you might be drunk or you might be upset or you might be angry or whatever. Sit on it. Don't do it. And, of course, he set that off. And for mine, it's not an excuse, Rowey. Yeah, and penalty probably fits and sit your time out.
So 5 years. But how do they police that?
Well, that's a
'Cause
big
it's not
question as
face
well.
recognition,
I've
is it?
always said, we've had people run on Adelaide Oval and get a couple of year ban or whatever. I never know how you can police it. I'm not sure. So we'll see how that happens there. But anyway, at least he's been found and hopefully regrets his actions. Let's hope that.
And good for the Voss family to know that it might have just been a drunken thing, and it's not got cred. Is that the word for
Correct,
it?
exactly.
It's got no credibility behind it.
That's spot on. Hey, Rowey, you weren't here yesterday, but we did a little phone topic on tragedy to triumph and some of the great stories like Jason McCartney coming back from the Bali bombings and, the Damien Oliver riding the cup after his brother passed. Well, we knew that the State of Origin game was coming up. We knew New South Wales was short price favourites to win at home. And Cameron Munster's father had passed away, and we said, could this be one of those moments? Could that be? Well, it was.
Dummy half Brad goes away to Dearden. Double punch, dummies, goes himself, scores. The Queenslanders are going to win the State of Origin series. Dearden scores the try. Queensland extend their lead.
There you go. It wasn't an emotional moment, but I thought Cameron Munster really handled himself well in the moment. Everybody was sort of, going straight to him, of course. And his speech afterwards, even though he had to take a couple of deep breaths, he held it together well.
Didn't he?
I thought he was terrific, and it was a great moment.
Just lost his dad.
Yeah, exactly. So, and our condolences to the Munster family. He was only 58 years of age, so unreal. Too young, as we do know, sit here. Carlton played Brisbane tonight, and a football great that passed away, Robert Walls. They've named a medal after him tonight, and it'll be presented to the best player because he spent time at both Brisbane and Carlton as a coach. So what sporting great that's out there perhaps deserves a medal named after him? Now, it could be between two clubs. It could be serious. It could be a bit of fun. I know that Fitzy always likes to say that when Adelaide plays Sydney, it's the Fitzgerald Cup. He mucks around with that. So give us a call, 8223 0000, and give us your thoughts on that one.
Couple spring to mind for me, and Gavin Wagner's had everything named after him, but could he have had a better career at two clubs than Gavin Wagner?
It's a good call. Sean Burgoyne.
Well, there you go. There's another one.
There could be one in that.
Jarman, Hawks flag.
Yes.
Crows flag. But my number one is Andrew Newton-Jarman. Now, you name a player that's won a premiership, a best and fairest and McGarry medal at two different clubs.
Yeah. There's not many.
Is there one?
A bloke called Neil Curley.
Oh, well, okay. Well, there you go.
He didn't win McGarry's, though. Yeah.
No, but he won a McGarry at each club. A best and fairest at each club, multiple, and premierships.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
The Andrew Newton-Jarman Cup.
Or medal.
Or medal.
Between North Nord, I like it.
North Nord, I like it.
Well, yeah, there you go.
So, Richard Kelly, you're listening, the new CEO.
Yes, there you go. Well, we've got to start, haven't we? 8223 Get on the blower.
Absolutely. We'll take your call straight after this. It's 23 after 4. Riley O'Brien will join us in studio tonight at 5 o'clock. Jason Burgoyne just after 4:30. Carl Veart, who has taken on the Joey's coaching position for our Australian youngsters, and Crows and Port team selection is all to come on the show tonight. 8223 0000. And remember, our best callers tonight, each hour, are in the running to win the 500 locker room double pass to Sunday's game against the West Coast Eagles. So get on the phone now.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
The Crows were challenged, but steadied to overcome the demons.
They were made to work for it, Adelaide, but they're back in the fore.
They now face off against one of the form sides in the comp.
Fogarty comes out, right foot step towards goal. He won't need an eye this time.
Saturday Arvo on 5AA. The Crows are under the dome in Melbourne to take on the Doggies.
Keys with the boys. Has gone over. That's incredible.
AFL Live on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
City Discount Tires.
Get saving now with City Discount Tires. We're offering great deals on the world's top brands in tires, wheels, suspension and parts. Suitable for four-wheel drives, SUVs and passenger cars, including Falcon, Michelin, Pirelli, Kumho, Hankook and many more. Finance options available. Search citydiscounttires.com.au and locate your nearest dealer today. City Discount Tires. We're driven by value.
City Discount Tires.
Have you been injured in a car accident? You might be entitled to compensation, and Anderson's solicitors can help you find out. Compensation can cover things like medical costs, pain and suffering, lost income, even help around the home and garden. Don't rush to accept an insurer's settlement without first getting the right advice, or you could be missing out. And with Anderson's, your first interview is free, so you've got nothing to lose. Anderson's solicitors. Help when you need it.
When it comes to making your outdoor area something really special and comfortable, just plonking one of those little chimney little thingies on the outdoor area isn't what it's all about. You want to make a big difference where you got to go the whole way, Jose.
Correct. Absolutely no good putting one of those little chimney things. What you need to do is get Big Difference Home Improvements, especially when it comes to outdoor blinds. Call Big Difference Home Improvements and see what a huge difference their outdoor blinds can make to your entertaining area, and that is rain, hail or shine.
That's it.
Which
now,
we're getting all of those at the moment.
Now, don't stuff around with your outdoor blinds. You need them supplied and installed by pros like the team at Big Difference Home Improvements. Now, you'll love the end result. You'll love the price, the quality, and their service.
Had it done 15 years ago and they're still going. They're unreal. They are brilliant. Big Difference Home Improvements also make a big difference when it comes to carports, pergolas, verandas and stunning timber decks.
So don't just make a difference, make a big difference. Visit bigdifference.com.au for a free measuring quote.
What makes Ray White the big name in business broking? They're people, like multi-time SA Business Broker of the Year, Brett Buckley, and his team of business professionals. They take a deep dive into your business, finding value and potential, and they know what they're looking for because they know businesses. They're not real estate salespeople trying to sell businesses, they're business people selling businesses. If you want to know what your business is worth, touch base with Brett. Search Ray White Business Sales SA, multiple Business Broker of the Year awards.
The next chapter begins. Burnside Village is more sophisticated than ever. With our new elevated shopping experience, explore the two-storey Mecca flagship store and SA's only Cocoa Republic showroom. Plus JB Hi-Fi, Uniqlo, July, Style Runner, Age, Sea Folly, Nude Lucy and much more. Discover new fashion, home and lifestyle, health and wellness. Plus an additional 560 free undercover car parks. Burnside Village. Fashion, dining, lifestyle. burnsidevillage.com.au.
At Coles, save with 40% off dental items like Colgate Advanced Tartar and Whitening or Max Fresh Toothpaste. 115 grams, now just $3.90. Shop in store or online at Coles. Offer ends Tuesday. Excludes everyday, down and clearance items.
The Lions versus Australia and New Zealand Invitational 15. World-class rugby at Adelaide Oval. Tickets at Ticketek.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
It's 28 after 4 on this Thursday. We're taking your calls, 8223 0000 with the Robert Walls medal for the first time being awarded for Carlton and Brisbane tonight. Who do you think deserves a medal for a game or maybe a particular part of a sporting season? Your best caller each hour wins a 5AA locker room double, Port and West Coast. So we'll get your calls on the air very shortly, all thanks to Rossdale Homes, SA's most trusted, custom design, fixed pricing and a total peace of mind. Trust is a must. Here's your roads.
Afternoon. Roads looking pretty good for the run home today. Braxton breakdown free. Let's hope that stays the same this afternoon. Do have some works to look out for the intersection of Anzac Highway and Marion Road, always slow and particularly bumpy at the moment too with road plates in use. Goodwood Road slow at Goodwood, getting busy for the drive home as well, so that'll wrap a drive near the Adelaide Airport. And got cameras Days Road, Croydon Park and McGill Road at McGill. The Woolworths online super sale is on. Save up to 50% off online. Visit woolworths.com.au for more information. Ends August 5 while stocks last. T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Yeah, who should have a medal named after him? Perhaps a two-club player of the like. Paul Salmon, Hawthorn and Essendon. Juddy, of course, between West Coast and Carlton. Not too bad either. So, yeah, they keep them coming in. We've got Brett at Hillbank. G'day, Brett.
Yeah, g'day, boys. Look, I believe that Barry Robin, when he was approached by North Adelaide, I believe that Port Adelaide weren't far away from getting his services. And I also believe that there was a time where Russell Ebert could have actually even played for North Adelaide.
Very close, Brett. Very close.
There you go. So I reckon when North Adelaide and Port Adelaide play, they should call it the Barry Robin Russell Ebert medal.
Oh, that's clever.
That's a winner.
The two best players in the competition by far. I mean, I never got to see Barry because I was too young when he got injured. And I saw him when he played his 200th game. He was on one leg and he was still doing unbelievable things.
Yeah, I agree.
But Russell, I mean, I was in awe by Russell. He just did some sitting on the ground, handballing the ball 20 metres to a player on the run. I mean, stuff like that over the top of his head. He was brilliant, that guy. So that's mine. Russell Ebert, Barry Robin medal for the North and Port game.
Good one, Brett.
Brilliant, mate. You're in the running for the $50 Powers voucher. Well done.
We love that. 4:30 headlines are coming up. More of your calls on this. 8223 0000 after the headlines.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G. This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Good afternoon, I'm Kendall Brettig. A Cowandilla man accused of murdering his housemate and then trying to smash his way into a group of shops has been ordered to stand trial. A teenage surfer in New South Wales has been found after 18 hours missing at sea. Exactly where the 2027 Live Golf Tournament will be played is still unclear. And a Collingwood member has been banned from games and the MCG for 5 years for making death threats to Carlton coach Michael Voss. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Whether your block's the size of Adelaide Oval or the Gold Square, customise your build with Sterling Homes.
Afternoon. Roads looking pretty good for the run home today. Braxton breakdown free. Let's hope that stays the same this afternoon. Do have some works to look out for the intersection of Anzac Highway and Marion Road, always slow and particularly bumpy at the moment too with road plates in use. Goodwood Road slow at Goodwood, getting busy for the drive home as well, so that'll wrap a drive near the Adelaide Airport. And got cameras Days Road, Croydon Park and McGill Road at McGill. The Woolworths online super sale is on. Save up to 50% off online. Visit woolworths.com.au for more information. Ends August 5 while stocks last. T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Showers tonight and tomorrow, a high of 16. At the moment, 13. More news at 5 o'clock on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
5AA Winter Breakfast. Tom Wren and Jade Robrin.
Libby is the daughter. Her mother is 91, had a fall at home, called an ambulance 4 times. Libby, good morning to you.
Oh, it was pretty upsetting. Yesterday she was still in emergency after 24 hours because there were no beds. To go through an ordeal like that, it was just shocking to see.
Oh, Libby.
Weekday mornings from 6 on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Of all the billions of stars sparkling across the galaxy, 8 adorn the Energy Star rating of Aldi's 8-kilogram heat pump clothes dryer for $499. With 15 drying programs and a UV sterilizing function. It's special you can buy at the laundry wash sale this Saturday. Aldi. Good different.
Hey, it's Jordan Dawson here, captain of the Adelaide Football Club. I know the importance of a home ground advantage. And when it comes to building, South Australia is the home ground for Sterling Homes. For 50 years, they've been building quality homes here. So whether your block's the size of Adelaide Oval or the Gold Square, if you're looking to build, look no further than Sterling Homes and get the home ground advantage today.
And when you build that home, paint with Crowies, because they're simply the best. Doesn't matter what you're painting or staining, a brand new house, Sterling Home, brand new house, whatever it is, a raw render.
I did this with Campo, yes. I did the live read for you.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
And you nailed it?
I asked Campo, painting, and he said, no, pay somebody else. And I said, well, whoever you pay goes to Crowies. He said, of course they do.
That's right, but they make it that easy that you can paint. So this shop's for the... I don't know, the master painter all the way down
to the dads out there.
To the Scotty Campriali buckled wheel.
Yeah, well,
everyone in between they cater for.
He seemed like he was refusing to do it.
Well, okay. I'm 120 an hour. I'll paint his.
There you go.
There you go.
And he'll get a good job because
I'll
of Crowies.
swing a brush.
That's right. Yeah.
I'll swing a brush because I will go to Crowies. Look, they're the best. Don't worry about that. There's a store near you. When you want to look at things, premium quality paint, tick.
Yeah.
Quality service, tick.
Yep.
And quality products, tick.
Advice.
So get in them. And advice. Yeah, well done. CrowiesPaints.com.au.
Adelaide, can you hear the roar? The British and Irish Lions are coming in a one-night-only event this July. 6 nations will clash in the heart of Adelaide at the iconic Adelaide Oval. Witness the pinnacle of international rugby when the best of England, Ireland, Wales and Scotland join forces to take on a combined Australia and New Zealand juggernaut. One tour, one chance. Don't miss out. Secure your tickets now at Ticketek.
Don't miss the Cheapest Chips Chippy Rewards Super Sale this weekend.
Cheapest Chips.
Members get 25% off all storage. Sign up and start saving. Offer ends this Sunday. Live cheaper at the Chippy Rewards Super Sale at Cheapest Chips.
The Lions versus Australia and New Zealand Invitational 15. World-class rugby at Adelaide Oval. Tickets at Ticketek.
Rowey and Timmy G, the FIVEAA Sports Show.
It's 25 to 5. Riley O'Brien in studio after 5 o'clock. Jason Burgoyne from Port Adelaide signing a 4-year deal officially today on just before 5 o'clock. And we have tickets for you and a friend to get to the do-or-die final home and away game for the Adelaide Thunderbirds this Saturday at the Adelaide Entertainment Centre. They take on the Sunshine Coast Lightning. If the Lightning win, they are into the finals. If the Thunderbirds win, they are in. So this is a massive...
It's a win or in.
It's essentially win or go home for both sides. 8223 you can win tickets for you and a mate right now.
Absolutely.
Can't please everyone, Timmy. Read that top one.
Yeah. Oh, it just says where. Oh, that one, Rowey. Where's Campo? He brought some sensibility and knowledge to the sports show. Now we're back to Fred Flintstone and Roger Ramjet.
Sure. So which one am I? I'll be Freddie.
Yeah, I'm Roger Ramjet.
Yeah, sadly
big
you are.
chin and take a lot of tablets. Now we've been asking, who should have a medal if you played for 2 clubs or between you. We had Russ Liebert, North Adelaide with Barry Robran. This one on the unique home style food from Peter said, what about for Sturt Central's games? Michael Graham and Wilbur Wilson.
Love it.
Don't mind that. This one, Bruce says, loves your idea for Andrew Newton Jarman Cup between North and Norwood. But you could also think of Bob Hammond, Terry Von Berto, Roger James, Trevor Hill, Jimmy Allen, Sam Balderstone, Lewis Johnson. There's a lot swap over there, isn't there? North and Norwood.
Well, they're all right.
Wow. And Sturt.
There's only one Andrew Newton.
That's true. Let's go to Byron Bay. G'day, Dave.
Oh, g'day, guys. How you going?
Excellent.
Actually, Rowey, definitely Fred Flintstone for you, mate, I'd say.
Mate, I'm not a rock. Not fickle.
I was just ringing about Wanganeen Miller. It looks pretty fascinating to watch. First thing, just big picture is it's so good we're getting all these top-level SA draftees. The last, 5 years we've had Rankin, Lukosius, Horn Francis, and now I'd say likely Wanganeen Miller are wanting to come home. Porter, clearly, you'd have to think favourite with the, family and friend situation. The issue I've got is they don't have any draft picks to actually enable a deal to get done. You'd think he's at least worth 2 first-round draft picks. Howler have traded out 2 of the last 3 years, including this year. Radigalia effectively cost them a first-round draft pick, as did Lukosius this year. They can't actually trade another first-round draft pick next year unless they get certain AFL exemptions, which generally probably is unlikely to happen. So I just don't see now that Bergman's re-signed how they actually get the deal done. And I think from the Crows' perspective, which is probably my main interest, is that Justin Reid can really, fire up here and cause a bit of a bit of pain to Port and perhaps provide a good option that if he is going to leave the Saints, that the Crows have actually got a lot better draft collateral to actually get the deal done. So I just wanted to get your thoughts.
No, look, you're spot on. And the Crows have thrown the kitchen sink. The numbers you're hearing are phenomenal. 8-9 years. 1.2 to 1.3. Some have even said 1.4 per year. And you're right. They've got a first-round draft pick. They've got collateral they could move out. But Port have got the same. If they're, there's a bloke called Zach Butters is probably worth a couple of first-round picks as well. So depends what you want.
Yeah, and look, David, I'm sort of hearing him and understanding that. My thing is I don't have a great knowledge of how they actually get these deals done. But one bloke that does is Jason Cripps. He is unbelievable. What he's been able to get, now, whether it's right or wrong as far as what we've been able to do, but he gets told, look, I want that bloke. You make the chess pieces move and get it. He's been able to do it. I don't know how he does it, but he gets deals done that are just amazing.
Well, there's two components. The kid's got to want to come, so the deal's got to be good. Now, I reckon that's the easiest thing to do now with the salary cap. The last thing is to deal with a club. You've got to be able to get a club to agree to releasing a player that's probably going to be a top 5 player for your club for the next 10, 15 years. Like, he's phenomenal talent.
Yeah.
So they're not going to give him up for nothing. They gave away a first-round pick. They've drafted him. They've nurtured him. So let's see if they can keep him.
See what happens. All right, let's go to Osborne. G'day, John. You got
Johnny.
A nomination for a medal?
Hey, guys. Yeah, you wanted something out of left field. Here's an idea for showdowns. I'm suggesting a sportsmanship medal called the Bonds Brothers Sportsmanship Medal. That one be given to a player from the Crows, one be given to a player from the Port who epitomise what real football is about, and that is not thuggery, not bad sportsmanship, but the players on the ground that day who give not only for their club, but fairly and honestly.
Bond Brothers Sportsmanship Medal.
I love the thought of it, but how would you vote for that? Because I reckon every player plays like that now.
Yeah. Well,
in the right spirit.
There's no thug. They all do.
Yeah, but there might be something. There might be just an act or something that you go...
Well, yeah, but that's not sportsmanship. That act is a team thing.
Yeah,
but there's team act.
I don't know. It's not a bad thought, though.
Trying to find it.
I think I'll watch the next showdown and decide who I would have given the Bond brother medal to on both sides. Maybe we could do that.
Well, remember, they were on the trophy for a little bit, and then they got taken away.
Certainly were.
So.
Thanks, Johnny. Hello, Brian.
How are you, Rowey and Timmy?
Hey, Brian.
Now, Rowey, I heard you talking before about the Bulldogs you think are going to win the premiership. And I was watching a show on Foxtel last night with Adam Simpson and a couple other guys, and he said the problem with the Bulldogs is they've got a big ruckman that takes intercept marks all over the ground, but if they're going to go further in the finals, you don't go deep enough in defence to help out. What are your thoughts?
Well, that's an easy thing to fix. They need to, because the defence isn't good. But there's just a sniff about the Bulldogs for me. There is a real sniff about them, a real 2016 sniff. And I think this season is set up very similar to that, where somebody's just going to pop their head up. Look, I hope it's the Crows. And there's no reason why it can't be. So my cider is this game, and what the top 9 are playing each other?
Top 8 of the top 9
That's
are playing
what I mean.
each other.
So this is a massive, massive round to see how good you really are. Now, people say, oh, you're still going to play well in September. There can still be injuries, all those sorts of things. But this is a good cider for me.
Well, yeah.
And I've got to hope the Crows can get over the top of them.
Well, I'm looking forward to the round itself, because it does separate, and what we might see is the clear definition of a top 4 over the next few weeks. So
both sides both need a scalp from the top 8, don't they? So it's only timing they both collide. It'll be a massive match. Have your say, 8223 0000 at 17-5. Let's check your traffic.
Afternoon, roads looking pretty good for the run home today. Busy in the usual spots, as you would expect. South Plimpton, the intersection of Anzac Highway and Marion Road for those works. Pretty bumpy there too with road plates. Slowly going to Donald Rapid Drive near the airport and getting busy South Road of the Crossroad intersection. Cameras, Adelphi Terrace, Glenelg North and Airport Road at Brooklyn Park. There's $1,000 to win every day with C Coffee at OTR. Simply scan the OTR app for your chance to win. T's and C's apply. OTR, making life easy. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Built for Australia, built for adventure. Looking for your next big escape? Snowy River Adelaide has arrived in Valley View, your local home for award-winning caravans built for adventure and unbeatable value. Whether you're upgrading or just starting out, your journey begins at Snowy River Adelaide. Explore the stunning range today. Visit snowyriveradelaide.com.au or better yet, drop by 817 North East Road, Valley View. Snowy River Adelaide, where your journey begins.
G'day, it's Ben from BJ Energy. Lately I've had a lot of people asking about the federal battery rebate, what it is, how it works and whether they're eligible. At BJ Energy, we've done the homework. Our job is to help you make the most of the rebate while it's still around. So if you're thinking about solar or a home battery, or just have any questions about the federal battery rebate, it's easy to get in touch with us. No sales pitch, just straight answers. Visit bjenergy.com.au. That's bjenergy.com.au.
La Vida. Gee, I love this pub. Well, it's not a pub, it's a restaurant. It's not a restaurant, It's a destination. It's not a destination, it's a treasure.
It is a treasure.
It is a treasure. So do yourself a favour, pop in for their mouth-watering lunch or dinner, and once you have like us, you'll go back all the time.
Oh, and I tell you, the mouth-watering Italian cuisine.
Oh, good.
The entire range of pizzas from the pizzeria, they're delicious. And the pizza, well, it fires up in 15 minutes. At 5 p.m, you can grow past, you can either dine in or take a couple of takeaways with you on the way home and feed the family.
Every time I go there for a puttanesca, elite.
Oh,
their standard is so high. Beside the amazing food, the best part about La Vita has to be the warm, friendly, family atmosphere. The entire team, they treat you like theirs.
Like walking into the lounge room, it's amazing. It's a perfect place for functions as well. Birthdays, christenings, engagements, weddings, even sporting club celebrations. So have your award night there, no problems at all. They can cater up to 200 guests with 3 separate areas available.
So do this, La Vida, open Tuesday to Sunday, lunch to dinner, 342 Grange Road, Kidman Park. You know what? You'll love it.
Calling it. This is the year. Big Christmas bonus.
You said that last year. You got a mug and a meat tray raffle ticket.
Get a real bonus with Sip and Save. Buy any participating Coopers 24-pack and receive a token. Collect 3 tokens to claim your bonus Coopers Ugly Christmas Jumper. Coopers Pale Ale 24-pack only $58.99 or Coopers Mild Ale 24-pack just $49.99. You can expect more from Sip and Save. More deals, more range, more service. Prices may vary in country areas while stocks last. T's and C's apply. See website for details.
Sip and Save. There's more in store.
Hi, I live in an apartment and I need an outdoor blind. Okay, that was weird. Hi, I live in an apartment and I need an outdoor blind. What on earth is going on?
Phantom Screens.
I need an outdoor blind for my apartment.
Sure, we can do that.
Oh, great. The last people I called just laughed at me.
Don't worry, Phantom Screens have a solution just for you.
Ripper.
Phantom Outdoor Blinds.
Why are we here? What is the nature of reality? Do I really need all that data to listen to history podcasts?
Sir! Question everything!
Especially your telco plan. Get the data you need at low prices with Aldi Mobile.
The Lions versus Australia and New Zealand Invitational 15. World-class rugby at Adelaide Oval. Tickets at Ticketek.
Rowey and Timmy G. The 5AA Sports Show.
13-5, Riley O'Brien in studio at 5 o'clock here on the show, taking your calls, 8223 0000. Who deserves a medal? We'd love to get those players for those clubs that they play up against. It'd be a great recognition for some players out there that have been gone. So we'll get your calls for a FIVEAA locker room double. Best caller each hour can win that. But right now, for Sharman Shelving, they've moved their showroom next door to the Big White Building, still at 412 North East Road.
Well, some exciting news from Alberton. It has finally happened. The pen's gone to paper and Jason Burgoyne has signed a 4-year deal with Port Adelaide. He's on the line. G'day, Jace.
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me.
Hey, congratulations, mate. You played your 50th game a couple of weeks ago. You've just signed a 4-year deal. You're having your birthday next week on the 15th of July. It's all coming up, JB.
Yeah, no, it's, I'm happy to be obviously at the club and nice to have it in the birthday, which is good. But, obviously the 4-year contract is the big one. But, obviously really excited to stay for 4 years. So looking forward to it.
I was saying you had a couple of seasons ago, they sat you down and said, listen, you've got to have a really good pre-season. You've got to take it to another level. You did exactly that. Your last 2 years have been outstanding, and that's on the back of a great pre-season. What's next for you as far as your next pre-season that you want to improve on?
Yeah, I think for now as well, I think I'm playing okay footy, but I know there's another level I can get to, and when I play my best footy, I think everyone knows how good it is. So, especially for this back half of the year, and just want to make sure I'm obviously being consistent and playing some good footy to lead to next year, and go away in pre-season and sort of same mentality, and probably not change too much, but sort of just go a bit harder in terms of maybe putting a bit more weight on and trying to get a bit more stronger and fitter. I mean, you never know what can happen with additional changes and stuff, but I just got to make sure I keep a level head and don't get too ahead of myself.
Takes probably 50 games to get settled AFL level, feel that sense of belonging. You've played wing, you've played half-back, you've played excellent on both. Do you prefer one or the other?
Yeah, actually, I get asked this question a fair bit, which is pretty funny because I actually don't have a preferred position at the moment. I like doing a little split between both. Some games wing, some games back, or some games I'm a 50-50 between them two. But I probably know that my best footy I've played so far at AFL level has been certain games at half-back, for example, finals. But, you look at that position and we have so many talents down there at the moment that, you probably don't need me back there. Whereas, on the wing, that's what they probably need me the most, because we probably don't have as much depth there as we'd like. So, But, yeah, I mean, I'm obviously happy to play wherever they put me, so I'm not too fussed about it.
Well done, Jace. I've loved your maturity in that team and your growth within it. The 4-year deal's just superb. You talk about your weight. So you were drafted at weight what, and what are you now?
Yeah, so I got drafted. I was about 65 kilos, which I'm pretty sure would have been the lightest in the AFL, which is something I've obviously gone to work at, and I'm about 76 right now, 75. So I put a fair few kilos on since draft.
Okay.
And, obviously, I'm still looking to add to that. So I'll definitely go in pre-season and get to work.
So you need to get an 8 in front of it, basically, don't you?
Yeah, 100%. I get a little time from the boys and friends and that. So, I'll definitely be pushing for 80 at some point.
Okay. Well, mate, you need a fat coach. Jace, I'm available.
I definitely want to.
Hey, Jace, we'd have some fun, mate.
Back of them, yeah.
And it'd be good fat.
Oh, yeah, no. I think chocolate and macas is probably hard to try to get my fat on, but
yeah, I thought you might have said, Rowey, there's no such thing as good fat.
Yeah, true.
Hey, can I change tack? I know you don't like talking about yourself. How was SPP? I was at home watching that with my wife. He's one of our favourites, mate. It just tore our heart out. How is the kid?
Yeah, I think after the game, he was obviously, pretty emotional, and everyone got around him. He's probably the heartbeat of the team, I'd probably say, and just the energy and that he brings and everything that he brings to his team and around the footy club is obviously going to be missed for this back half of the year. But he's done it before, so he knows what he needs to do, and he's going to go away and he's going to come back stronger than ever. He was just starting to play really good footy, these last couple of weeks, and like I said, he's definitely going to be missed because he's the leader out there, and I have spoken to him after the game, and he was in good spirits. So.
Good.
Yeah, like I said, hopefully comes up better and stronger.
Yeah, well, we lost Radagalia and Vicentini in the first term as well, and they've got season season-ending injury, so it wasn't a great night out. But last week we toughed it out, I thought, Jace. There was that 15-minute blitz where they kicked the 7 goals. Could have chucked it in with all the injuries and the like, but it was probably a good sign of some resilient football.
Yeah, we agree. We sort of talked about it over the past couple of days, and obviously there was probably a little patch there where they piled on the goals, and we were able to wrestle back and stay in the game, which was nice. And to get people back like Jack Lukosius, who's missed pretty much the whole year. That's something that we're going to be looking forward to seeing for the back half of the year, and that's definitely going to help us. So hopefully we can keep this momentum going forward. Even though it was a loss, we saw it as a good loss. So like I said, hopefully going forward we have a good back end of the year.
Got West Coast, and it's on Sunday, but probably if you can get that fast start against them, just put the doubt in their mind. That'll work a lot better than, of course, it does against a top team like Brisbane. Yeah,
100%. West Coast, they're so young, and they have so much energy. So if we give them a bit of a sniff, they'll probably hit us hard, and they'll come and like you said, we get them pretty much from the bounce. I think we'll be fine, and they've got good players across there. The whole lineup really, and they've got stars in the midfield as well with Harley Reid. So they're probably not going to go down easy. They're going to go down fighting, but it's a pretty good game, I think.
It's been a tough year, win-loss for the club. What do you hope personally to get out of the last 7 games, Jace?
Yeah, I think the emotions of winning and losing, a bit of a roller coaster, week to week, but I think we've done pretty well to maintain it as a footy club, and individually, I think sometimes emotions can get the better of you, but you've got to move on pretty quickly. So especially if it's back end of the year, hopefully personally play good footy, and then as a team as well, play a good brand of footy to send off Kenny, because it's his last back end of the year. So as a team, we're going to be looking to play really well and hopefully win every game that we can. So that's the goal.
Yeah, you can sense that. There'd be a little bit of, honouring Ken for the fact he's been there a lot, nurtured players like you, Jace.
Yeah, 100%. I was saying actually today, I think Kenny's, if it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't be in this position where I am right now. He's had belief in me since I got drafted, and he's always seen the talent there, and at points where probably I didn't see it, and, he got the best out of me. So, he's going to be missed, but, obviously we're in good hands with Josh. But just for this end of this year, obviously, the boys are going to, enjoy him while he's around and while he's going to be there, while it lasts. So, but yeah, like I said, this year's, we're contracted on the Kenny as the coach, so we're definitely going to enjoy this last bit of period with him.
Jace, this week, West Coast, I've read a stat that I want to ask you about. Harley Reid has broken 33 tackles in the AFL this year. He's number 1 for breaking tackles. How are you going to approach him when he comes at you? How are you going to get him?
He loves a stiff arm, doesn't he?
He does.
I think that's probably, if he's coming at me, that's probably the first thing I'd be worrying about. And if he puts the stiff arm up, I'll probably try to slap his arm down and get him done that way. But it'd probably be a team effort, a couple of double teams going on him because he's a strong boy. So, I think that's probably how we'll go about it.
Yeah, nip in underneath the arm and get those hips and get him down, mate. You'll get him. Don't worry. And,
100% I agree.
And, mate, when you're over 80 kilos, you'll be nailing him every time next year.
He just needs a fat coach. Jace, finish the year off well, mate. Love watching you play. Good work.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Congratulations to signing a 4-year deal with Port Adelaide, which is really good news. And he's deserved it. He's earned that. So
really
let's see even better football coming up.
All thanks to Sharman Shelving. They've got their showroom next door at the big white building at 412 North East Road. One more call for the FIVEAA locker room this hour.
Let's go to Burnside. Hi, Josh.
Hey, guys. How are you?
Excellent tonight.
Now, look, I just had a couple of quick things. Look, I was wondering who is it? You guys would probably know who picks the team of the year.
There's an All-Australian selection committee.
Yeah, right. Because I'm actually a Crows supporter, but Georgiades, unless he's just sort of, I don't know, he got overlooked, I think. And then Caleb Sarong. Every time I've seen him, he's a gun.
I think they'll be in the squad, and then they just
haven't announced anything yet, Josh.
End of the year they'll pick
hopefully,
that.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot for people like Mitch to play for, like best season yet and all that sort of stuff.
And go for the Coleman.
Pride.
Yeah.
My word, Mitch has had an incredible year.
I did read he's kicked 17 goals over his last 4 games, and that's the first time a Port player has done that since Jay Schulz in 2014.
Wow. He's having a great run of form. Hey, just before we get to the news, we have to give away our very first double pass to the FIVEAA locker room. Our best caller each hour tonight can win one. Port West Coast Sunday. Timmy, who is heading along?
Gave it a Brett for the Ebert Robran medal.
Well done.
Well done.
You can have that. That is all yours.
That.
Best seats in the house, food and bev package. It is a great place to be on a Sunday arvo for footy. Another one to give away next hour, and Riley O'Brien in studio with us.
Rowey and Timmy G on the FIVEAA Sports Show.
Transform your home with the Inspired by Life sale at Choices Flooring. Save on a range of stylish carpet, timber, rugs and window furnishings. Visit choicesflooring.com to download the catalogue or visit your nearest Choices Flooring showroom today.
Go Vita, your local health food shops. With 40 years health and wellness experience and over 300 natural health practitioners specialising in you.
Hi, I'm Natasha from Go Vita Fairview Green. Don't let your dog suffer in pain. CoQ-Pet is a concentrated turmeric supplement specially formulated to reduce symptoms of arthritis in dogs. Now $44.50 for 56 tablets. For a limited time, pick up your free trial pack.
Go Vita, Colonnades, Fairview Green, Marion, Mount Barker, Manapara, Semaphore and Tanunda.
When it comes to buying and selling property, you need an agent who's not there just for the quick sale. No siree. You need someone who can stand their ground, ensure you're maximising your home's potential. Now, there's a good reason Toop and Toop is defying market trends and continuing to deliver premium outcomes for its clients.
Well, they're leaders, as simple as that, through all those years, 40 years. We all know the name. Toop and Toop, 40-year-old, family history behind them. Bronte and his team, look, they understand the market like no other. They live it and they breathe it. Yes. They want to maximise your results on your property in any selling condition. Now, anyone can sell when it's up.
Yeah.
Boom or bust. They're a boom buster.
Yep.
They'll get the best for you. So if you're thinking about putting your house on the market or you just want to kick the tyres, they say, what's it worth? Give Toop and Toop and Team Adelaide's trusted real estate advisors.
This is how you can get in touch. You can visit toop.com.au. You can call 8274 8588. And don't forget, you can hear more from Bronte and the Toop and Toop team. Real Estate Radio with Leith Forrest every Wednesday, 2 p.m, right here on 5AA.
Hi, Brett Ebert here for Mawson Lakes Mazda. There's a lot to like about Mawson Lakes Mazda. They'll take care of you with next day servicing, complimentary loan car, vacuum and wash. And your breakfast or lunch is on them. Your car gets the love too with their state-of-the-art service centre, brimming with top-trained mechanics. At Mawson Lakes Mazda, they'll look after your car and look after you. Mawson Lakes Mazda, just a short drive from the city.
The latest local, national and international news for South Australia. This is 5AA News, always Adelaide.
Showers tonight and tomorrow, a high of 16. With the 5 o'clock news, I'm Kendall Brettig. A woman has been bailed after allegedly stabbing her partner at Manapara West last night. The 61-year-old man's injuries are not considered life-threatening. His 62-year-old partner's been charged with assault causing harm. She'll front court next month. A man accused of murdering his housemate at Cowandilla in January has been committed to stand trial. 32-year-old Christopher Steele has pleaded not guilty. His lawyers expected to argue he was mentally incompetent at the time. Police found him injured at a group of shops on Henley Beach Road after he tried to kick in the glass door, later discovering the body of his 60-year-old housemate at their home. A man's body was pulled from the water at O'Sullivan Beach this morning. 2 fishermen spotted it near the rock wall and raised the alarm. Emergency crews rushed to the boat ramp and helped retrieve the 29-year-old man from the water, but he couldn't be revived. Police are investigating the death, which is not being treated as suspicious. It's still uncertain where Live Golf will be played in 2027. Next year's tournament will be held at Grange again before it moves to the redeveloped North Adelaide course no later than 2028. Live has sounded out the Grange Golf Club about hosting it again in 2027, but the club says a significant capital contribution and other event-related benefits for members will be required. Shadow Minister for Government Accountability Ben Hood says that raises some serious questions.
Who will be footing that bill, and how much will it cost South Australian taxpayers who deserve to know the truth of that? We know that Live Golf, while great for the state and the Liberal Party support Live Golf, it's wrapped up in commercial in confidence. We're not sure exactly what it is costing taxpayers.
A 58-year-old woman from Adelaide's in a critical condition with invasive meningococcal disease. She has the B strain. 3 people she's been in close contact with are taking antibiotics. It's the 7th case in SA this year. A father has described his son's survival as 1 in a million after the 19-year-old surfer was found on an island 13 k's offshore at Coffs Harbour on the New South Wales mid-north coast. A large-scale search was launched after Darcy Defaults failed to return from an afternoon surf. He was found on North Solitary Island around 18 hours later. Travis Winks from New South Wales Marine Rescue says it's a great result for all involved.
Our crew on board Marine Rescue New South Wales vessel Wooleye 30, who were out there last night until early this morning and then back out again early this morning. They were jumping for joy when the news came through on their radio that the person had been located.
Telstra is set to sack 550 employees as the telco continues a cost-cutting restructure. The company says the layoffs are unrelated to the recent adoption of AI and will occur across the organisation. And Queensland Police are investigating a bizarre theft in which 53 right boots was stolen from a Brisbane store. Security footage captured an unknown man taking the shoes off the display and placing them in a suitcase. Store owner Tamara Shoke says it's a financial blow.
Well, if I had had the chance to sell the 53 pairs, it would have been $7,000 worth. So that's a big chunk.
Now turning to 5AA Sport.
Collect the latest Pokemon packs and single cards at Sports Card World, Regent Arcade, Rundle Mall.
Jason Burgoyne says he's excited to sign with Port Adelaide for a further 4 years, taking the 21-year-old through till at least the end of 2029. The father-son selection is one of the club's most improved players over the past 2 years and admits his dad, Peter, is happy to see him stay.
Obviously had dad my ear a fair bit as well, so, me and him were talking about it a fair bit, and obviously Uncle Sean Pater as well, and brothers that come through, Sanford and AFL as well. So, yeah, I guess to, keep adding to that legacy for the next 4 years is going to be pretty special.
The Collingwood Football Club says it won't tolerate threats of any kind after it was revealed one of its members was the person responsible for sending a death threat to Carlton coach Michael Voss. The AFL has banned the member from attending AFL and AFLW games for 5 years. It comes after they sent the message to the MCG anti-social behaviour hotline during last Friday's game between Carlton and Collingwood. The Blues take on Brisbane at Marvel Stadium tonight. And 5-time Premiership player and Hall of Fame member Brian Dixon has died at the age of 89. Dixon also coached the Kangaroos across 1971 and 1972, a position he held while also serving as a Victorian State Minister. Now I'm checking 5AA traffic.
Whether your block's the size of Adelaide Oval or the Gold Square, customise your build with Sterling Homes.
At Newton, a crash to look out for. Playford Road near Newton Road. At Hillier, Anglevale Road near Wingate Road has works. We're slow at O'Halloran Hill, the Southern Expressway near Majors Road, and getting quite busy at the moment. So Donald Bramber Drive near the airport for the drive home. Camrose, Glen Osmond Road, Glen Osmond, and Bartley Terrace at West Lake Shore. Score a screamer of a deal at BWS. Get 2 cases of Carlton Dry lager bottles or cans for $99. Save $9. Hurry, offer ends Sunday. T's and C's apply. Choose to drink wise. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Showers tonight and tomorrow, a high of 16, mostly sunny on Saturday, 18, and showers increasing on Sunday, 17. At the moment, 14. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Kate Collins. Tonight, a 29-year-old man has died after being pulled unresponsive from the water at O'Sullivan Beach. Ramping crisis. The 91-year-old great-grandmother who waited nearly 2 days for a hospital bed. Telstra slashes more than 500 jobs, and the free self-defence course being offered to women and girls in Adelaide. 9 News, your news, nightly at 6 on 9 and 9 now.
Hi, I'm Adam from Gutser. We've been relining gutters across Australia for nearly 30 years. Now you can get your hands on our DIY house gutter relining kit. This means you can install gutter liner for under $10 a metre. It's tough, has a 10-year weatherproof warranty, and it's 70% cheaper than replacing your gutters. Go to gutser.com.au to see the installation videos. Buy online and get the kit delivered to your door. Nothing can be finer than Gutser gutter liner.
A new elevated shopping experience awaits at Burnside Village. With a 2-storey Mecca flagship store, Coco Republic, JB Hi-Fi, Uniqlo, Style Runner, Kavari, July and much more. Burnside Village. Fashion, dining, lifestyle. BurnsideVillage.com.au.
At IGA, great values easy to find. Like Golden Circle fruit drink, 1 litre, selected varieties, $1.35 each. That's half price. IGA, you can't beat local. Offer ends July 15. Participating stores only. Excludes IGA, local grocer and Foodland.
Stay informed, get involved. 5AA, always Adelaide. The 5AA Sports Show. Rowey.
I am flabbergasted.
And Timmy G.
Absolute sports festival.
8 minutes after 5. Plenty still to come on this Thursday night, including team selection for Crows and Port Adelaide at 5:50. So stay tuned. There'll be a host of changes for both those sides due to injury. Carl Veart's going to join us at 5:30. The new under-17 Joey's coach for Australia. And our best caller tonight this hour wins another 5AA locker room double. Sunday, Port Adelaide West Coast. So call in 8223 0000. Who do you think deserves a medal on the back of the Robert Walls medal, which will be awarded for the first time tonight between Carlton and Brisbane? Let's get to our next guest on the live stream, Ranella Hyundai live stream. We are streaming as we speak, all thanks to Harvey Norman Clearance Centre. Cooking appliances, washing machines, dishwashers, TVs, they've got everything. 919 Marion Road, Marion.
Crows big man Riley O'Brien.
You up the OG! Riley O'Brien!
On the 5AA Sports Show.
We could have a big hooah medal, couldn't we?
We could, mate. Yeah, that could be the new one for one of the the best big hooah going around.
Yes,
I like it.
the Riley O'Brien, John Ironmonger medal. We brought that up last week. It wasn't me. Tim Cook
best looking ruckman in the league that'd go to.
I like it.
How's your week been?
Been great. Yeah, short turnaround this week. So back on track. We got rained out yesterday at training. It was raining sideways at Westlake. So.
You went indoors?
We went indoors, which is suitable for this week. We're playing indoors, so it worked out well.
Well, talking about the big hooah medal, you gave Gorney a touch-up?
Felt good in there. Felt good. He's obviously a good, very, very good player and still had some great moments and, felt good over the day and felt on top in the ruck.
Jeez, I liked your one down to Isaac when he showed the ball, took the mickey.
That's nice.
But it gets little fellas like us excited when we see
we
the
love
ball.
lovely glove work, don't we?
Exactly.
He makes me look good, Isaac. So it's good to have there.
No, you got to get. I used to have ruckmen that say, "Where do you want it? Where do you want it?" Do any of them say that to you? So you're in that good a touch, I think, with your hits to advantage that you now can get on the front foot. Say, now where do you want it? Which tit, left or right?
Yeah, well, I try and do that. They all yell at me and want the ball, so...
You got voices in your head.
They run past the handball
so
receives.
I see them all holding different things up. So that's who's the go-to. Do you have what's called a go-to player?
Yeah, we have one at each stoppage.
And what do you call him? Is he the go-to or the number one?
Yeah, it's just the go-to. We don't have a word for it, but he's the guy who... At each stoppage, we have one guy.
And everyone knows it's going to him.
Yeah, and we'll vary that up each stoppage, obviously, but whoever basically gets there first gets the call on it.
So I want the first boundary throw-in stoppage when that person holds up the one he's the go-to, and we all know, and I say, where do you want it?
Okay.
I want you to say to him, where do you want it?
I like it.
Do you like that?
I'll say, where do you want it? I'll put it wherever you want.
Because it's leading me to this, right? Now, Riley comes in as our guest. He doesn't know where this is going, and he's happy to do so.
I do that every day.
Oh, yeah. I am a bit loose. You like this one? Rob. I'll never frame you. And I'll read it because it's presented to me. Riley O'Brien's 2 best career games by the numbers have been versus the Bulldogs and Tim English. Crows beat the Dogs at home in round 22. In 2024, O'Brien had 58 hit-outs, 20 to advantage, scored 9 goals from them. In 2023, 63 hit-outs, 8 to advantage. We lost that game by 45 points. Tim English is your bunny.
Wow.
Boing, boing, boing.
I'm not sure about that, Timmy.
That is a right
I didn't
royal root. That's as good a... That is a... Oh, did you cut that out?
No, we should have.
No, did you dump that? No, it's a Neil Craig saying.
I
That
don't
is
care.
a right... What?
He used to say it in the change rooms. He didn't say it on air.
All right. That is a right rule. I won't say the other word.
Yeah, well, I had a good game against him last year, definitely, and felt like I got on top, but doesn't count for much this week, Rowey, so I'm sure he'll be fired up, and he's been in very, very good form.
Yeah.
And probably his strength probably lies outside the ruck contest itself. His strength's probably on the outside.
He likes to nick off and kick a goal too, doesn't he?
Kicks a lot of goals. They're an offensive juggernaut, the Doggies, so he's part of that. He's part of, gets in handball chains, takes marks.
Yep. Okay. See, I reckon when the team got together with Shane Warne, and Shane Warne had a couple of bunnies, no one ever would have said to Shane, mate, he's still a good player.
He had a lot of bunnies.
No.
It was the lad from
He's my
South
bunny.
Africa, Daryl Cullinan.
Cullinan, that's him.
Used to have a go at him a lot,
Used
didn't he?
Well, I just want you to keep him as your bunny.
I'll try, Rowey. I'll definitely try.
No, I know. I'm not. I'm just. It is what it is. Now, I build this game coming onto the show today because I had 3 days off, so I'm laying in bed. I've got my limbs sick and all this other stuff because I'm a... Actually, let's digress.
Yes.
My wife said to me, you're sicker than everyone else because you're fat, because this virus feeds off fat.
Oh, it does.
And then she put another word in there that I won't say, but it rhymes, bit fat. Now, is she true or not? Because you've got a doctorate in about 18 different degrees.
Rory, I'm not 100% sure. For one, let's make it very clear, you're not fat. You're lean, mean fighting machine. But for two, I think it did affect people during COVID. I think when they had COVID, if you were obese, there was that was a risk factor for worsened outcomes. So not sure about the common cold, the man cold, which you've got.
No, I had something worse than that.
Man
Jody
flu's the worst
said I
thing
should
ever.
ring Doc Verrill and say, am I in the high-risk category? Because if you're in the high risk, you can get that $1,000... Bloody Leaf got it. He was fixed in 2 days. He sent it to my phone. Anyway, I tried to get this high-risk stuff.
Is this on the dark web?
Come on. That sounds like a little bit.
He said it cost $1,000.
It's going
Right.
there.
Wow. Okay.
And what's
Straight
the,
to the
I don't know
veins.
what's the dark web? Is that...
Oh,
It shouldn't be on it.
Is it?
Don't go on it. Whatever you do. I
This
don't
is
know
not
how
a long way from matchups in football, isn't it?
Yeah. So where was I digressing from?
Right. Well, I've got something to present to Rob, and I want some confirmation on this.
Yes.
Because Rowey, he told me he's maybe got a little bit of ESP or SPC, one of those, but he can see the future, and he reckons Saturday he wandered into a sandwich shop and he saw a lot of Crows players.
He did.
And he was fronted and said, Rowey, who's going to excite you?
Oh, I think it was Jordan Dawson. You were sitting at the end of the table. He said, Ro, who do you want to excite you tomorrow? And I said, the bloke sitting next to you, which was Isaac Rankin, and I reckon he'll kick 5. And what did he do?
Kick 5. Yeah, you did call it actually,
See what I
didn't
mean?
you?
Can you remember that?
And
There you go.
then I asked Rory who else would excite him, and he named everyone at the table apart from me. So
That is
bit of a whack.
That is not true. So is that, do you all, is that a normal thing that you all go out? Is
Was
that,
it after
is
the
that
captain's
your little,
run or something?
Yeah.
Not a click. It's not a click. It's, is that your group?
Normally day before the game, Rory, we
Okay.
after our captain's run, we finish
you
about
go.
11:30, 12, and we'll
There
get
you
lunch
go.
together as a group.
How good.
And there's a good little crew that go to a few nice cafes for,
That's
for
a
bite
nice
to
cafe,
eat.
isn't it? But Batego?
Yeah, on Prospect Road there. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a great one. So we love it there.
Oh, good. Did you have the Subway meat one?
Meatball sandwich,
Oh, wow.
yeah, Rory.
Footlong, no doubt.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Now let's
So-
talk. Let's really talk football. Here's the game for me right here. Since round 14, the Bulldogs have taken 18.3 marks inside 50 per game.
Pretty good.
Since
number.
round 14, the Crows' defence have allowed the least amount of marks inside 50 per game.
Oh, that's
Wow.
good too.
That works well for us.
There's the game right there.
Head-to-head clash.
I think from the numbers, their offense stuff's unbelievable, off the charts. Their stoppage work, their scores from stoppage off the charts. They're number one in all those areas. So got our work cut out for us, Rowey, to stop them, stop their ball movement and stop their contest game. So we'll have to bring it from the start.
Crows have only conceded 6 marks per game in their defensive 50.
Wow.
There's a few competitive guys down there who have been unbelievable. Keeney, Joshy Worrell, Butsy, Maxi Michelini. All those guys down there have been great.
So it's more the supply, but God, they got some talent. That Darcy's
he's huge.
going to be all right,
He's
isn't he?
huge. He's 208 centimetres.
Is he 208?
Yeah,
he's huge.
And his wing, I don't know what
is he
he's.
208?
Yep. I don't know what his wingspan is either. I think he's still growing, Rowey. He's bloody. He's huge. He's frightening. And I think he's averaging about 3 or 4 contested marks a game, which is almost 1 or 2 more than anyone else.
Incredibly mobile for his size.
Oh, he's frightening. He's a bit of a Riley Philthorpe type at the other end. Riley Phil's a bit bigger, but Sam's a little bit taller. So
Now, I'm
good to watch
still a bit
those two
under the
on the
weather. I can't remember if I said this to you. I opened the show with saying whoever wins this game will win the flag.
You didn't say that, no.
Oh, well, I'm glad I didn't.
Wow.
I hate asking the same question twice.
That's good.
I opened the show with that. Do you agree?
Hopefully for telling the future again, Rowey, like last week.
Good at that.
Yeah, wow. You've got a track record. So
I rate the Bulldogs. We need a scalp. It's
Yes.
under the lid. We have no excuses, nor do they. It's going to be a defence versus an attack. Both teams have a great attack. They're number 1, you're number 2. This is going to be a belter.
It'd be great. I can't wait, Rowey. It's
how good.
It's so good. It's going to be an awesome game, and we're going to bring our best and see what happens.
Well, the coach put a bit of emphasis on it, didn't he? He's this week he's sort of stamping it up and whipping it up to say, hey, this is the sort of intensity we'll experience in finals.
Yeah, it's a huge challenge against one of the best teams in the league at their best. So it'll be very much a finals-like game on the road. They'll be hot, and we're looking forward to it.
Take my puffer off. I'm sweating like a racehorse.
It's
probably not a good thing.
Do we get that on camera?
I might need to put a mask. I might need to put a mask on here, Rowey.
Yeah, no, you'd be
Now,
right.
I asked a question yesterday of Jordan Butts. We had Butsy on, and we were chatting away and having a good.
He's pretty chatty, isn't he?
Well, he warmed up.
Okay, yeah,
Because I've had him
he's
before,
quite a quiet guy.
and he's been very short. This was, I think he's starting to develop his media craft,
Nice.
if you like. And I know you boys work on your craft. But I asked him, is it like the old days? Do you room with somebody? And he said, nah. And I said, oh, right. I said, but if you did, who's the one bloke you wouldn't want to room with? Here's the answer.
Oh, no.
If you had the list there and you had to sort of pair up, who was the one guy that you don't want to be in the room with?
Oh, I mean, I'm pretty happy with most of the guys, but I mean, you wouldn't want to be paired with a snorer or something like that. Someone that would keep you awake.
We have Riley O'Brien coming in this week, so we might ask him the same question and see what he says.
He'd probably be one of them. To be honest.
So that was the leading question. You framed the poor kid.
I did not.
Everyone loves the big hooah.
All I said was he's coming in. I'll ask the same question. Now, he threw you in that boat.
A few guys would probably answer that the same way, I reckon. They'd say me. Rory Laird, for example, he gets a bit annoyed by me sometimes.
You have a bit of a love-hate relationship. You're Seinfeld Newman type, aren't you?
Yeah, I pester some guys a little bit, and I'm a little bit annoying. But they love me deep down, Rory.
But I don't picture you as an annoying.
I can be a little bit annoying at the club.
Okay.
I
What
get
makes you annoying?
What, like a hanger-oner? Like you're a bad smell? Yeah.
I just talk too much, yeah.
Do you?
Yeah, talk way too much. So,
Do you?
Yeah, I get a bit yappy sometimes. So
okay.
They like to quieten me down a little
What
bit.
happened when you walked in the room and you and Ned walked in at the same time?
Oh, yeah, I'd be drowned out by him most of the time. So I've had to fill his void since he's left.
Yeah, we've heard that. Hey, our thoughts with Joshy Rochelle. Good news, it wasn't his ACL.
Yeah.
So how is he?
Yeah, relatively good news. But he's in great spirits. So
good. Back this year?
Yeah, hopefully, yeah. It's a bit of a weird injury, so they're not 100% sure on how it looks in terms of time frame. But I think they said 6 to 8. So hopefully he's back before final starts and gets a game or two.
The beauty is that week off before finals.
Yeah,
your sample team will be in finals. He might be able to play there.
True.
So there's
I'm not sure about how it works to qualify for finals in Sandford.
If your AFL team's still alive, you are allowed to play in the Sandford team.
Okay, well, there you go. Fantastic.
I'm here to help.
Now, we don't have the team drop till
5:50.
Half an hour.
50, that's right. So can I just do some hypotheticals?
Hit me.
As you're the hooah. So Rochelle's out. We need that masterly movement up forward. Would you leave Rankin forward a bit more because of his 5 the week before?
Potentially, yeah.
Tick.
And he probably already has started doing that a bit more forward with the ability to come into the midfield. But he certainly will provide that spark that we'll miss from Rash.
I mean, imagine him inside 50 1-on-1. I mean, he's hard to stop.
He's a nightmare.
He is.
He's got all the tricks.
Absolutely is.
He's actually his 100th game this week, so shout out to him.
Yes.
We watched his highlight package yesterday, and it was mine's a little bit worse than his.
Went for a couple of days.
Yeah.
I've never known a bloke that can get boot the ball as quick as him.
Oh, crazy. Yeah. Left foot, right foot.
Can't he? Like, those players that... Gavin Wanganeen was one. He could never get them holding the ball. They always had an awareness about them. They could always get their boot to ball.
What about me, Rowey?
Are you a bit slow with your ball drop? But
I'm only joking.
Come on, son. Wayne Miller back?
Yes, he is, yes.
Okay, that's a good one. B. Smith, still in the team, or could likely be a sub?
He's in the mix, Rowey.
Okay, when it's in the mix, that worries me.
Good news.
Is Chase Jones in the mix?
He's in the mix, yeah. He's in the mix. There's a lot of guys in the mix. Probably
guys in the mix, because we're
5,
hearing
6 guys
he's in
really
and
pressing.
Smith's out, and I hope that's not true. Murph?
He's in the mix.
In the mix?
They're all in the mix.
They're all in the mix.
I guess you'll find out in half an hour, Rowey. So I don't know if
Well, there's no
ruin
point
the
going down
surprise.
this path, is there, Timmy?
You can go through the whole list.
So
Clearly, everyone's in the mix.
Did you watch State of Origin? Do you like it?
I did, yeah. I
get
watched a
into
bit of it, yeah. Bit of a whitewash, wasn't it, that
Wow.
first half?
I'm
a Queensland fan because I was a Melbourne Storm fan growing up in Melbourne when I was young.
Yes, yeah.
And so all the boys from there are big Queenslanders.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
Got behind the Maroons.
Well, we were talking about it because Cam Munster lost his father, and we were talking about it the day before. Sometimes it can be an inspiration depending on which way you handle it, and they handled it unbelievably well and just blitzed them in that first half, didn't they?
Seemed to galvanise the group, didn't it? And they really had a real focus and fire in them, and it was great to see. And then he got some great support by the looks of it.
Yeah. Gee, they'd be licking their wounds, New South Wales.
Oh, yeah. Tex won't be
One that
happy.
got away.
Tex and Isaac Cumming will not be happy.
No, we've got a big Wallabies game at Adelaide Oval, which is massive. Well, not so much the Wallabies.
British
it's the
Lions
British
versus
Lions
Australia,
and
New Zealand 15.
we had a big hooah in yesterday. I wasn't here. What's his
Should
name?
have seen him.
No.
Was he bigger than this hooah?
Lukan Salakai Loto.
Okay.
201 centimetres, weighed 124 kilos. Wow.
So you're 202?
203.
203, and what do you weigh?
6.
Oh, you've got some kilos.
I'd be
to put
running
on.
the other way, Rowey, if he was charging at me.
Yeah,
I'd say you can
you're
have the
cool.
try, son. Keep going.
So Sam announced his name.
Oh, mate.
And he walked in and he had these steely eyes. He said, "Who just said my last name?" And I quickly dobbed.
I ran away.
And he went,
"Well done.
Well done, you got it right."
Yeah, right. They are
Never
big,
been
strong,
more
scary dudes. Yeah.
Great fella and all the best on Saturday night.
Rob, have another ripper, mate. It's a massive game for the club, massive game individually for everyone to come together to beat a quality team like that. I think, under the lid, which is going to be perfect weather when you're nearly both as full strength as can be with finals looming, it's going to give you a lot of confidence. And that's not something I think the team needs, but I reckon if I was a player now and I know I'd had that scalp under my lid, it just gives you that, what I'm trying to say.
I'm very excited, Rowey. Hopefully your prediction comes true.
Yeah, well, I hope it does too, because he is your peanut. I mean, your bunny.
Peanut.
Because I'm lifting the lid after this game.
Love it, Rowey. You said lid a lot with the under the lid where the lid's coming off. We're talking about peanuts. You really are. You really must be sick.
You got a rough lid.
I am sick.
He's falling
Let's
apart.
go to the break. Well done.
Thank you, Rob. Appreciate you coming in. For Harvey Norman Clearance Centre each and every week. Cooking appliances, washing machines, dishwashers, TVs and more. 919 Marion Road, Marion. Here is your roads.
Afternoon at Regency Park. A breakdown to look out for the Savo. South Road near Tominga Street with delays inbound. Pretty heavy through there too. Newton, a crash to look out for. Playford Road near Newton Road. Quite busy at the moment. North East Road as you're heading out through Muller Road. And got cameras Glenburn Road, Burnside and Marlborough Street at Fulham Gardens. The IKEA sale is now on. Enjoy up to 60% off hundreds of products. Head in store or to ikea.com.au before everyone finds out. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Each week on the 5AA Sports Show, Rowey and Timmy G track down the sporting greats of years gone by. With 5AA's Where Are They Now? Thanks to Walco. Walco are at the centre of SA's biggest cover-up with their incredibly good-looking Walco mesh pool cover.
Hi, I'm Lynn Andrews. The Lynn Andrews team have seen a lot of change in real estate over the past 50 years, but one thing remains unchanged: our passion to help people invest in their future, to build strong property portfolios in either the residential or the commercial sectors. Our commitment to property investment over the years means we have a wealth of knowledge to share. We're here to help you. Visit lynnandrews.com.au.
Calling it. This is the year. Big Christmas bonus.
You said that last year. You got a mug and a meat tray raffle ticket.
Get a real bonus with Sip and Save. Buy any participating Coopers 24-pack and receive a token. Collect 3 tokens to claim your bonus Coopers Ugly Christmas Jumper. Coopers Pale Ale 24-pack only $58.99 or Coopers Mild Ale 24-pack just $49.99. You can expect more from Sip and Save. More deals, more range, more service. Prices may vary in country areas while stocks last. T's and C's apply. See website for details.
Sip and Save.
There's more in store. It's the best Beechwood home yet, and I can vouch for that because we went up and had a look at it, didn't we? It was incredible. It's the now multi-level Beechwood masterpiece in Craigbourne Farm. It's where design, innovation and luxury collide.
They certainly do. Now, I went there with the expectation of a Beechwood home. This exceeded it. Because, you know, they built Jodie's home. I don't say it's mine, Jodie's.
Beautiful homes.
It's inspired by the glamour of Palm Springs in California. It's fittedly named Caliente.
Caliente. And it's perched on a high side. This show-stopping home is an entertainer's dream. And it was. I just kept dreaming every time I turned a corner. It offers spectacular indoor and outdoor spaces. It had a lift right in the middle of the house as well, which is incredible. Host gatherings, unwind by the fireplace, breathtaking views, or just soak up the sun beside the stunning pool.
The layout is just incredible. And it's on a slope.
Yeah.
And they just take up every...
But they're the best at that.
They are. Look, they're designed for all generations. The Caliente features its own elevator, as you said, climate-controlled wine room. The team at Beechwood Homes says, well, they've pushed and pulled all the stops. There's none left. They've used them all.
Oh, yeah.
It's just brilliant. Got to go and see it. It's at 10 Simon Crescent, Craigbourne Farm. Open Saturday and Sunday, 1 till 4:30. Don't be disappointed. Just make sure when you get up there, you got time to have a good hard look through it. Life's good. It's even better in a Beechwood home.
Hey, it's Lauren here from Adelaide. And if you're like me and you love a good bargain from your local chemist, check out Star Discount Chemist. They're all about great value and helping your family stay healthy. Go in store or online for click and collect and delivery. Star Discount Chemist. How can we help?
Steinborner Automotive has always been well worth the trip. From 1 to 9 yards across the Barossa, Clare and, of course, Gawler. You can get new and demo Ford Rangers in Clare, Mitsubishi Outlanders, Hyundai Hybrids and Mazda CX-5 in Nuriutpa, Jack Utes in Gawler, plus over 300 certified used vehicles in stock. Head to one of Steinborner's 9 locations or view the whole range at steinborner.com.au. Steinborner Automotive. It's well worth the trip.
You wake up and you're feeling a bit off. Your nose is runny, but maybe it's just a cold. That scratchy throat, though, that could be something worse.
Test for COVID, Flu A, Flu B and RSV in just minutes with Cell Life, the premium 4-in-1 rapid antigen test. Fast, reliable results. Make the smart choice for your health and your family. Insist on the brand the healthcare professionals prefer. Cell Life at leading chemists and Amazon. CELLIFE.
The Lions versus Australia and New Zealand Invitational 15. World-class rugby at Adelaide Oval. Tickets at Ticketek.
Rowey and Timmy G. The 5AA Sports Show.
Bang on 5:30, Carl Veart to join us very shortly here on the Sports Show. And we've been advertising for the last couple of weeks all about this amazing game at Adelaide Oval this Saturday. And we have double passes for you to catch the Australia-New Zealand 15. Take on the British and Irish Lions at 7:15 Adelaide Oval Saturday night. You want to go? We've got some tickets. A double pass, 8223 0055. Call in now. You can win those. We'll speak to Carl Veart and take more of your calls after the 5:30 headlines.
This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Good afternoon, I'm Kendall Brettig. A 14-year-old boy has been arrested after he was caught with a knife at the Elizabeth shopping centre this afternoon. A woman's fighting for life in hospital with invasive meningococcal disease. Universities may be stripped of taxpayer funds if they fail to combat anti-Semitism. And it's been revealed it was a Collingwood fan who made a death threat to Carlton coach Michael Voss. He's been banned from games and the MCG for 5 years. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Whether your block's the size of Adelaide Oval or the Gold Square, customise your build with Sterling Homes.
G'day there. Breakdown to look out for the Savo for the drive home. This one's at Regency Park, South Road near Tominga Street with delays inbound. Another small collision getting cleaned up at the moment at Newton, Playford Road near Newton Road. We are slow at the moment, so Donald Babbitt Drive near the airport. Been slow all afternoon through there. And bit sluggish at the moment too, Cross Road as you're heading through the South Road intersection. Cameras McGill Road, McGill and Tapley's Hill Road at Glenelg North. Guzmani Gomez's chicken mini meal, a big eat at a mini price. Mini chicken burrito with free-range chicken, fries and drink, just $12. Grab yours today at GYG. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Showers tonight and tomorrow, a high of 16, at the moment 13. More news at 6 o'clock on 5AA, always Adelaide.
5AA Winter Breakfast. Tom Wren and Jade Robrin.
A story that continues to develop over in Texas is, of course, the aftermath of the floods.
Oh, it's terrible.
Sadly, the death toll is now at 119. We're on the line now with Bianca, who is a local over there and is really in the thick of it.
It's a very somber feeling. It's pretty dark out there. There's all different kinds of disaster crews here.
Weekday mornings from 6 on 5AA. Always Adelaide.
Drive away with a bargain this winter at Camper Agent RV Supercentre. Receive up to $5,000 of bonus value on cashbacks, fuel vouchers and free extended warranties on selected top brands. Shop from Winnebago, Windsor, Corrimal and Hitchhiker. With the largest selection of certified pre-owned RVs available nationally. We're your one-stop shop for new and used caravans, camper vans, motorhomes and more. Hurry while stocks last. Visit Camper Agent RV Supercentre, Parafield Gardens.
Go Harvey Norman 10 days of deals. Hot deals on coffee machines. Get the fully automatic DeLonghi Magnifica Evo for just $748. Save over $250. Hot deals on fridges. Hisense 417-litre bottom mount fridge now a low $794. Hot deals on cooking. Aussie built Westinghouse multifunction oven just $495. Hot deals on big screen TVs. LG 75-inch QNED smart TV now under $2,000. Save over $500. Harvey Norman 10 days of deals. Best brands, best range, best prices guaranteed. Conditions apply.
Now, if you think about buying a new car, make it a Mitzi. It is just the time to do it. Do it now during the Agostino Mitzi demo clearance sale.
Yeah, Agostino is way overstocked, so all demos must go. Demo's probably the best things to get. Don't worry about that. There's no time like the present to go out and get that car you've been dreaming of. Now, you'll get it for a lot less, and you could be driving away in a feature-packed Mitsubishi demo.
Do you know what? Sometimes they're hen's teeth to get. And when you do hear about them, in you go.
This is the time.
Well, they've done under 5,000 Ks or something, have they?
This is the time.
Still has a new smell.
Don't tell me again.
Yeah,
now.
This is the time. There's no shortage of great options available. And the thing everyone's been loving, every demo vehicle comes with its own 10-year warranty, 10-year cap price servicing. Look, that is outstanding.
It is outstanding. Agostino Mitsubishi's demo clearance sale. It's on now, but only while stocks last. Head to Agostino Mitsubishi Nailsworth and Mawson Lakes today.
Thinking of painting and don't know where to start?
We do, because we know paint at Crowey's.
So, visit Crowey's. And while you're there, join Crowey's Club to get 10% off everything.
We know paint at Crowey's.
Hi, I'm Dr. Laura Willington. Understaffing in our hospitals is harming you and me. We urgently need a workforce plan to identify the right number of doctors for each of our hospitals and health services. And we need fair wages and conditions to attract and keep doctors so you can access care when you need it. Help make our health system safer for you and safer for me. Visit safermedicalstaffing.com.au. Authorised by Dr. Laura Willington, President, South Australian Salaried Medical Officers Association, Adelaide.
The Lions versus Australia and New Zealand Invitational 15. World-class rugby at Adelaide Oval. Tickets at Ticketek.
Rowey and Timmy G. The 5AA Sports Show.
24 minutes to 6. FIVEAA Locker Room double pass still to give away. If you want to head along to West Coast Port Adelaide, get involved 8223 0000. We'll keep taking your calls. And Port Adelaide and the Crows have their team selection for round 18 in about 14 minutes. 5:50. We'll drop all those names then.
Some exciting news. Football Australia is delighted to announce that Carl Veart has been appointed Subway Joey's head coach, under 17s that is. G'day, Carl. Congratulations, mate.
Thanks, Timmy. It's come around fairly quick.
Yeah, which is great. It doesn't give you any time to think, mate, but I like it. And I was going to say, you've had a fair bit of experience over the last 5 years at Adelaide United developing kids.
Look, it's something that, before I went to Adelaide United to become a senior coach, it's something I spent a long time around this age group, working with them. So, yeah, I'm very happy to get back to this age group and working with the elite players.
How do you go? I think Tony Vidmar does under 23s, is that right?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys would be speaking a fair bit, I'd say, about training methods and your kids that will be developing through into his squads and the like. So have you already had a chat?
Yeah. This week we've, had all the junior national team coaches at the emerging Socceroos held in Melbourne. We've... it's my first week in the job, and it's been a very busy job. Seeing lots of talented young players, so I'm very excited to start working with them.
We knew you wouldn't be lost to the game, Carl. Too bigger and better resume. I've heard you say this role's come at the right time for you. Can you explain that?
Yeah, look, having been at Adelaide United for the last 6 years, 5 as the head coach, sometimes you can start to feel a little bit fatigued, I suppose, and the way things were, sort of gone the last 18 months at Adelaide United, I think I maybe have gone as far as I could with the club. Really excited now to sort of get this. I suppose it's like a breath of fresh air working with young players. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah. A couple of things. Can you do the role living in Adelaide?
Yes, I can. That's one of the main advantages of the role. That I can stay in Adelaide. My son can stay in school. And
beautiful.
And we don't have to move the whole family anywhere.
Yeah. I know in AFL the talent scouts say a lot of things can happen between the age of 16 and 18 to then become drafted. Do you know at 16 that you've got yourself a star?
Look, you can sort of pick out one or two, really high quality ones, but with our game, it's not until, sort of they get to around 17, 18, 19 that they
a bit like footy.
Start to show. Yeah. So it takes a little bit longer for them to sort of develop. You got your bigger ones and stronger ones that can sort of stand out at 16, but then your smaller skillful ones come through a little bit later.
You said the Subway Joeys is the first step on the pathway for any player dreaming of representing the senior national team. It is an important step, but it's almost the foundation, isn't it, to start that national representation?
Yes, it most definitely is, and we're not going to get. There's going to be a lot of players that do come through that don't quite make it to the Socceroos, but it's important that we give them all an opportunity to become professional players as well. Not all of them are going to reach the high pinnacle of the Socceroos, but it's also important that we provide that opportunities for them to become professional players, which will help grow the game in Australia.
Now, in September in Melbourne, the Emerging Socceroos Championships. How does that work? What's that set up?
So no, it's here at the moment in July.
Right.
So this will have been all week. So we've got under 15s and under 16 state teams.
Right.
So look, there's 16 teams in the under 15s and 16 teams in the under 16s. So there's some states have 3 sort of national state teams, and there's a team from every state here.
I was just wondering, do you have to all coach the same style and formation? So from the Socceroos all the way down, do you have a template?
Look, for the junior sides, yes, we have a sort of a way that we want to play and develop our young players. But at the top, it's more about getting the result and getting Australia to a Men's World Cup. But there's some principles and some key things that we want to see. The national team that we've got to embed in our young players coming through.
And what is that? Defence first, attack? Is it?
It's attack, playing a proactive brand of football, and being aggressive with our pressing and taking and being on the front foot and taking the game to whoever we come up against.
Yeah, see, I love to hear that.
That Australian mentality.
Yep.
Yes, exactly. And you coach that way. We love that, Carl. Hey, what difference, if any, is there coaching youth to seniors?
Oh, look, the biggest difference is for seniors, you're coaching for today. You're coaching to win today, and you're trying to win trophies straight away. And with juniors, you're coaching with the mindset that it's not about today. It's about for them. It's about tomorrow. Giving them the tools to have a successful grounding, so they can have success with their careers.
Did you enjoy the FA Cup this year, mate? Your old club, Crystal Palace, winning the cup for the first time ever. Yeah, it's very exciting. As you say, first time a major competition that they've won. So look, it's great to see a different club getting up there and winning it. And that that's the great thing about the FA Cup, and and it's something that's been very popular in Australia since we brought the Australia Cup in as well. It's great to have that opportunity that anyone can go on and win some silverware.
Yeah, well, hold your head high, Carl. You did a great job. You'll do a terrific job there, and we'll never forget that in the same year that you got moved on from Adelaide United, Ange Postecoglou got clipped after winning silverware. So it happens to the best of you.
Coaching's not a job recommendation that I'd recommend to anyone.
Well, you'll do a great job with the Subway Joeys, mate. Really appreciate your time, Carl.
No worries. Thanks, guys.
Carl Veart, he has been appointed Subway Joey's head coach. They're under 17s, and he's working on the squad right now.
That's a great appointment.
Excellent. Really excited for him.
He naturally has an art for that. Yeah, no, well done. Hey, hello, Brett. You want to talk about medals?
Yes, I think they should name a medal after Jason Burgoyne called the celebration medal, like for the best celebration that players do, like somersaults and that each and every year.
Yeah.
There was one earlier done this year that reminded me of Jason Burgoyne, and I thought, why can't there be a medal at the end of the year for the best celebration?
Yeah, the Akka.
Hey, Brett, I like
That's
it. The Akka. That is a ripper. It's funny because I previewed the show with Leith Forrest before coming on, and Leith said, I've got one. The FIVEAA medal, best on at the Brownlow. And I thought, that's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny, but Acca's is actually one that could be done
creative
with all this celebration stuff they do now.
Yeah, love it.
Well played. Let's go to Ken at Woodcroft. G'day, Ken.
Yeah, good afternoon. Obviously, I've been following rugby and AFL, and one thing that stood out this time around was the injury to Sam. And if you're listening, Sam, I wish you all the best, mate, because it's totally unjust, totally not fair that you're going to go through all this upheaval again with reconstruction in the other leg. So all the best, Sam. And one thing that stands out to me with watching rugby is the amount of injuries that are not so prone to ligament damage. Do they train in a different manner to AFL? And do we need to look as an AFL setup about why we are having so many soft tissues and especially knee injuries? Do we have to look at strengthening the muscles that support the knee rather than what's going on at the moment? Because it's totally unfair where players seem to be having more ACL injuries. So
yeah, Ken, it's quite simple, I think. NRL is straight lines. There's no twisting and turning. They don't sit on your head. It's not 360 degrees. The agility is not required. AFL is just so unique. Now, if you have a look at Josh Rochelli's, he jumped in the air and came down with a stiff neck, and he had bone bruising. Poor old Sam Powell-Pepper changed direction.
Yeah, took an awkward ball, hit the deck, then changed direction and went from under it.
Yeah.
It's because we do have to turn around 360.
All of that.
And it is a completely different game.
They don't turn. They don't do U-turns. They just run straight through.
And if you watched the game last night, you would see that in
God.
action.
Hello, Ange.
G'day, boys. How are you?
Hey, Ange.
I've got one. It's not a club one, but I reckon the SANFL up and rising umpire should have the KG medal, boys. What do you think?
It's a good question,
Yeah.
Ange. I wonder whether there's anything like that now. The umpires do have awards.
It's like a golden whistle and stuff like that.
Golden whistle,
Yeah.
correct. They may give away other awards. I wonder if it's named after anybody.
question.
I got
Ange,
invited
KG.
once to their awards night
So
to be
did
a
I.
guest
I was a guest speaker too.
Yeah, I've done that.
I was surprised that I got it.
I haven't been invited back.
I got two. I did two.
Oh, you did too?
Yeah. I did one way back when I was playing. It was the end of '96, and I
was one and done.
Yeah, the first thing I did was I had my name on a board, and it was ones we used to use for the best and fairest. I took it up onto the dais. I hadn't said a word yet, and got up. It was our footy park. I put it up on the lectern so everybody could see it.
Yeah.
And I looked at them. I said, 350 umpires in this room, and I still can't get a vote. And I said, you know why? I said, you just don't know how to spell it. Here it is, Ginever. And they all burst out laughing. Guess what?
Yeah.
Got my most votes in the medal the following year.
Oh.
True story. As I stand here today, got my most votes in the medal the following year. Can you believe
The
it?
likeability
They
factor.
just couldn't spell it.
No, it's called bribery.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of that.
Hello, John.
Hello, boys.
Hey,
What
Johnny.
about for the Lake Carlton games, the Craig Bradley Cup?
Yeah,
I
there's
made
one.
3 necessary at Port Adelaide, 3 at Carlton,
Flags at both.
all playing at both clubs, all Australian numerous times at both clubs.
Yep.
There's one absolute great. But the Barry Robin Russell that one, that was the one. Arguably the two greatest players the state's ever produced with Malcolm Blight. So, yeah, that was a great call.
Good on you, Johnny.
Oh, Braddles will
Good
be
on you,
pleased with
Johnny.
that, Johnny. I'll
Does he
let
get
him
the
know.
accolades
Craig Bradley?
Craig Bradley got he just
No.
he lives his life under the radar. And not that
he
he's
does-
aloof, but
and
you
he
never
does
hear
like
from
that.
him.
He does like that, but he's just one of those guys who's very unassuming, just went about the job and probably
he's
way
got
ahead of his time as far as
Fitness.
conditioning your body, looking after
after it.
yourself, making
Yeah.
sure you got the
All
most
of
out of
that.
it. He was like the Travis Boak of the 80s.
There you
Like
go.
he I told you that story where I saw him in 1985 stretching after training. And we only ever stretched before training, you know.
I never
and
stretched.
not much anyway.
You ever seen a rabbit stretch?
Yeah, but I can't run as fast as them.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he's on there stretching, and me and Wayne Marnie looked at him, what are you doing?
Yeah.
He said, and it was his girlfriend at the time, now his wife, Donna. She's a dancer, and they say that the warm down is as important as the warm up. He said, so I'm beginning to warm down. I mean, he lasted till 38 years of age playing AFL
God.
football. And, I was
Who's the
absolutely burnt out by 32. So,
Who's
he,
the fool?
He's the smart one.
Yeah. 1 minute away from hearing who the Crows and Port Adelaide will pick for their teams. But just before we get to the break, and we'll get those very shortly, the British and Irish Lions have got their team come out. And so has our Australia-New Zealand 15. The 23's been listed. And our man, who was in studio with us yesterday, Lucan Salakai-Loto.
Oh,
getting good at that
you're
name
on
now.
a roll now.
He's been named co-captain. So congrats to him. He gets to
Well done,
represent
big
Well done,
fella.
Sukai.
the two countries very, very highly.
Boko.
He's a good man.
Good on you, buddy.
I will never say a bad word about that, buddy.
Let's check your roads. Teams next.
G'day there. Breakdown to look out for at Regency Park, South Road near Tominga Street, a crash at Newton, Playford Road near Newton Road, slow for works at Glen Osmond, Port Rice Road near Giles Road, and quite busy at the moment, Cross Road at the South Road intersection. Quite slow, Anzac Highway at the Marion Road intersection with a camera, Green Hill Road at Burnside. Got everyday rewards dollars saved? This week, use them on a Woolworths shop and collect up to 5,000 bonus points. Hurry, the Big Points Blitz ends July 15. Min redemption and T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Hi, Bronte Manuel from Toop and Toop. Now more than ever, you need an agent who's not just out for a quick sale. You need someone who can stand their ground to ensure you're maximising your home's potential. There's a good reason Toop and Toop is defying market trends and continuing to deliver premium outcomes for its clients. With a history spanning over 40 years and a team of unrivalled experience, Toop and Toop knows what it takes to maximise your results in any selling conditions. Visit toop.com.au to find out more.
You wake up and you're feeling a bit off. Your nose is runny, but maybe it's just a cold. That scratchy throat, though, that could be something worse.
Test for COVID, Flu A, Flu B and RSV in just minutes with Cell Life, the premium 4-in-1 rapid antigen test. Fast, reliable results. Make the smart choice for your health and your family. Insist on the brand the healthcare professionals prefer. Cell Life at leading chemists and Amazon. CELLIFE.
Now, it's not that far away. Footy finals are nearly here. So if you're in charge of presentation night, Aussie Ripper Roast is your MVP. Now, whether it's footy, netball, soccer, tennis, you name it, this family-run crew has been feeding South Aussie clubs since 1997.
A big bit of dribble just went straight down the side of my
You're that
gob.
hungry, aren't you, when you hear that name?
Think mouth-watering roast, spit meats, classic salad served hot, fresh and buffet style. Or go big with the mobile kitchen rolling out full service.
Oh, it's incredible. You got to see it to believe it. Aussie Ripper Roast
They're the best.
have catered everything from local awards nights to full-on corporate gigs. So you can lock in your club's September event now because July is booking time. Don't wait.
Visit AussieRipperRoast.com.au. Say it again, Stephen. AussieRipperRoast.com.au. Check out their menus, whatever your viable budget. They've got the gear, the team, the tongs. They've got everything. They are the tong masters. They're the best.
Experience the very best of over 50s living at Northern Community Residential Village in Penfield. Set in a serene and peaceful setting, Northern Community Residential Village offers a low-maintenance lifestyle amongst a welcoming community of like-minded people. A new release of stunning homes is now selling from just $435,000. Book a tour of the display home today and picture how bright your future could be. Visit ncrv.com.au for more information.
Calling it. This is the year. Big Christmas bonus.
You said that last year. You got a mug and a meat tray raffle ticket.
Get a real bonus with Sip and Save. Buy any participating Cooper's 24-pack and receive a token. Collect 3 tokens to claim your bonus Cooper's Ugly Christmas Jumper. Cooper's Pale Ale 24-pack only $58.99 or Cooper's Mild Ale 24-pack just $49.99. You can expect more from Sip and Save. More deals, more range, more service. Prices may vary in country areas while stocks last. T's and C's apply. See website for details.
Sip and Save.
There's more in store.
At IGA, great value is easy to find. Like Huggies Baby Wipes 70 to 80 pack selected varieties, $2.50 each. That's half price. IGA, you can't beat local. Offer ends July 15. Participating stores only. Excludes IGA, local grocer and Foodland.
The Lions versus Australia and New Zealand Invitational 15. World-class rugby at Adelaide Oval. Tickets at Ticketek.
Rowey and Timmy G. The 5AA Sports Show.
6 minutes to 6. It is team selection time. So Port Adelaide and the Crows have named their sides for round 18. Let's go through them. Adelaide first, they've named their full team.
Yeah, well, sadly, Josh Rochelli's out for a good 6 or 7. B. Smith, surprise to me, has been omitted. I think he would be the perfect sub moving through. Doesn't do anything wrong. Senior player. Lockie Murphy's been dropped. Maybe the team said, listen, all he's doing is kamikazing us. God, he hits the ball hard, doesn't he? He's going to knock more players out than he's going to get possessions. But anyway, he's gone. Coming in, Millerer. That's a 1-for-1 for B. Smith. Chase Jones. Now, I'm a bit... anyway. And Braden Cook. So Cook probably had his best game for the sample last week.
Kicked 4 goals last week.
Now I'm happy for the lads. Don't get me wrong. You can read into it what you like. And you might say, well, now the next thing going to come out your mouth, Rowey, will be something because he's one of your favourites. But our Pedlar's not in front of either of those. I'll eat my hat. Or I don't know footy, or a bit of both, or I'm a dickhead. But did you dump that as well?
Yeah.
You can't say those things.
But you can call yourself names.
No, you can't. No.
Oh, you can't?
No.
So how much of that went to where?
None.
How come Pedlar's not in that team?
That's what you wanted to say.
There you go. Let's do Ports now because I'm disappointed.
Okay, so the outs, obviously the people who got injured, Vizentini, Pau Pepper, Radagalia. So they named a squad and they've put in 6 for the 3. So Will Lorenz, Rory Atkins, Manny Liddy, Logan Evans, Ivan Soldo and Ollie Lord. So out of those 6, they'll cut that back to a 3, I would imagine. The ones
Lord's
I think
definite.
Lord because he
kick 5,
but also he can do that second ruck for
Yes, he
5
can.
minutes. They'll thrash Sweet in the main bit. Then it's a matter of who do you sort of bring in? Is it Lorenz or Liddy for that power pepper sort of mix rotation, and then Radaglia? It could be straight for Evans because Evans can play tall.
Can he?
In defence. He's pretty good. He's got a good leap.
Or do you do a Bergman throw back and then allow someone to fill in Bergman's role?
I think they're keen to keep Bergman developing as a midfielder. So I'd be surprised if they put him back. They had to put him back because of injury,
right.
but I don't think they want to do it from the start.
And he's a game by game. They set him challenges and he loves them. The old saying, don't rob Peter to pay Paul.
Yep. Yep. That's where I think they're at as far as Bergman's development as a midfielder.
Never cared about Paul.
And you're in experiment territory now.
And Paul's your brother.
Yeah, he is.
Well, let's give away our second double pass to the 5AA locker room to that very game, Port and West Coast, where you see those players in action. Our best caller for the hour.
Brett again. 2 Bretts. Different Brett. He come up with the Yaka.
I like
for the celebration.
Good on you, Brett.
Well done. Let's award that. I love that. It's 3 minutes to 6. Riley O'Brien in studio next.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Why are we here? What is